Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of Game of Games with Samuel, Lex, and YK. It's been a few days, and first of all, we are sorry for being absent for that long, but we want to assure you that we are back and we are better. It's always bigger and bolder, better than before. Now we are here, so let's get down to business. But before we go, I want to introduce myself and my co-host for today. Apparently, the class captain is not around, or the team captain is not around, and we have to do this without him. And that's in person of Sam Mayo. That's Ogunto Namayowa, Sam Mayo. But right here, right now, we have myself, Lex Otsimi, and we also have YK, the Nolainka Richard. YK Alpha.
Good evening. I do, my brother. I do.
How are you now?
Nigeria do. As Nigeria do.
Nigeria, they give us the uppercut. Okay.
Smack down.
If we decide to delve into the matters of Nigeria, we will not leave this program today. So let's just face the business of the day and get down with it. So for today's program, we are going to be having a few talking points. We are going to be talking about the Wednesday football matches. We are going to be talking about Rodri's injury and his importance or the importance of his presence or his absence in the Manchester City team. We're going to be talking about Barcelona's form, and we are going to be talking about the start to life of Vincent Kompany as the coach of Bayern Munich. Before we proceed, I want us to quickly talk because we'll go on a break very shortly. But before then, I want us to talk about the recent matches or the matches that was played on Wednesday, and we'll see how we'll go from there. So, YK, I'm sure you're asking for us.
Yeah. There was some matches yesterday that was played concurrently, and we have the Europa League, the La Liga, and also the EFL Cup. So we will just give the details of the important games because of our time. In the Europa League, Manchester United played against FC 20 from Holland, and it ended a 1-1 draw. Galatasaray of Turkey, they played against PAOK, and it ended, I think, 3-1 in favor of Galatasaray. Then Bodo Glimt from Norway, they played against Porto, and they defeated Porto by 3-2, even despite getting an red card early in the second corner. They still head on to defeat Porto by 3-2. Then let's quickly rush to the La Liga, where Barcelona played against Getafe, and they won by a long goal, courtesy of a super goal from their star striker Robert Lewandowski. Then the EFL Cup, we have Arsenal played against Bolton, and they won by 5-1. We had their upcoming star boy Ethan Iwaneri scored 2 goals, and then Sterling recorded his first goal for Arsenal as well yesterday. Liverpool against West Ham in the EFL Cup yesterday, and Liverpool won by 4-1. We are 5-1 rather. We are Chiesa recorded his first assist for Liverpool as well. So those are the important games they played yesterday. So we talk about the probably 2 or 3 games from the important games. But for now, those are the games they played yesterday.
All right. Out of these games, you've heard from YK the games that were played on Wednesday, from the Europa League, from the EFL, from the La Liga as well. Out of these games, we'll be talking about the La Liga game, the Barcelona game, the Liverpool game, and the Manchester United game, because these games would lead us into further discussions about some other things about these teams and all of that. Yeah. So, very fast, let's talk about Barcelona, their form, their new coach, and how that team is coming together. Yesterday, they won 1-0. Super strike by the super striker Robert Lewandowski. But that is one game. Barcelona have played quite a number of games this season, and it seems that team is coming together under the leadership or the stewardship of what's his name again? Their coach, Hansi Flick, former Bayern Munich coach. Now, YK, what do you have to say about this team? What is this opium that this team is on presently that is giving them, or that is making them perform, or that is bringing the team together? Because a lot of people believe that Barcelona will struggle, or Barcelona would struggle again this season because of the plenty or a lot of talks, a lot of actions around the team that seems to be unsettling the team. Now they are doing well on the pitch. Maybe not so well outside the pitch, but on the pitch they are doing very well. They are getting the results and they are gaining momentum. What can you say about that team and the stewardship so far?
To be candid, I was part of those people that said Barcelona might struggle this new season because of their financial issue. And so far so good. They've been shutting me up. Even in the Champions League, their match against Monaco, where they got an early red card, I was amazed with the way they played, how composed, and how they nearly got a result. Hansi Flick is a very good manager, and he's one of the few managers that won treble in the game of football. But the fact remains that almost the entire Barcelona defense is absent. Christensen is injured. Araujo is injured. Bade is going and coming. Yet it seems we do not really miss them one bit. Football is so funny though. They might be on form now, tearing teams apart, and it might just take only one loss to bring them back crashing.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but for now, they are doing very, very good. Like I told someone, I said, you see the impact of having a good manager. You can say, what can the manager does? The players are shit. The players might be shit, but you can never underestimate the impact of a world-class manager in a team. Compared to Real Madrid, I told someone, I said, Carlo Ancelotti is not coaching Madrid. He's just managing them. Because every game Real Madrid has played this season, they have labored, despite having the better players. They have labored, almost being clueless. But see Barcelona's game. In fact,
All right, sorry for that very short break in transmission. The network is really dealing with us here. But YK, you were saying,
yeah. I was talking about Barcelona form and the impact of the world-class manager. So I said, compared to Real Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti has just been managing Madrid. He has not been coaching them. We've seen them struggle so far this season, despite having the better players.
so in other words, YK, you would say that what is helping Barcelona right now is because they are getting ingrained into a culture, into a system by a coach that has a system or that wants to implement a system that will work regardless of the quality of the player that comes to the pitch.
Exactly.
More like once the system is in existence, anybody or everybody can come in. If there might be a drop in performance, a drop in quality, just a little bit, but because the system is already in place, everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows how to function.
They will just
that system
blend into that structure straight away.
Yeah.
So they've been amazing. Though the season is not
it's so long.
a race, it is a marathon.
It's not a sprint.
They might be firing on now, and in the next 1 month, come back to it.
Yeah.
But for now,
that's how football works, isn't it?
Yes. But
you have to put early and make sure you keep it up.
Yes, they've really exceeded all expectations.
Early expectations.
In fact,
yes.
I took my cap for Hansi Flick.
So, yes, that's a very good way to look at it. It's a system working for Barcelona, and for Real Madrid, you cannot completely say the same because it's not the same. It's not the same atmosphere for both teams. And that being said, we'll go very straight to the game, the Manchester United game. That Manchester United versus FC20 against in the Europa League. And let's not forget that in the pre-match press conference, I think Erik ten Hag was asked about his affiliation with FC20, and he said it's not it doesn't feel good to hurt someone that you love, which is talking about his affiliation with FC20 and the possibility of Manchester United breaking their heart in that game. But at the end of the game, that premonition did not come to pass because both teams shared the spoils. They played a 1-1 draw, and almost everybody would have expected that Manchester United would win that game, handicap 3 goals, 3 points at least. But what can you say about this? I don't think that a lot of people would want to believe that Manchester United is on the completely right path so far this season. And maybe a lot of people would expect more from what they've gotten so far. Not that they've performed completely badly, but I think in some aspects, people expect that Manchester United will be performing better or will be approaching games better than they are. What can you say about this game, and how does it what aspersion does it cast on Manchester United's team going forward into the season?
To say I'm disappointed in Ten Hag would be an understatement, because to me, I know he's better than what he's showing. It's better. I think he's acting as if the occasion is too huge for him to control. There are so many factors that have made me realize this man might not succeed here. And the earlier they help him leave, better. I was telling someone before the beginning of the Premier League, I said Manchester United's squad planning is very, very, very poor. Very, very poor. You are going into a new season. You want to rely on Ahmad and Anthony as your right winger in the Premier League. You are going into the new season. You want to rely on inconsistent Rashford and a young Garnacho going into the season.
You are going into the season. I think proving that it can be relied on. Don't you think?
Yes, but still, when the pressure is too much on a young guy, they will collapse.
True.
They need help from experienced players. When they are getting results, then the player will be very minimal. But when they are putting in their best and they are not getting the results, yes. So
yeah.
And Erigo, something is happening presently that I have not really wrapped my head around it. I know going into the season, Ten Hag, the Manchester United board, I know they came into this season without putting Eriksen in the mix really that way. In fact, he was almost being sold. But see now, he has started like the last 3 or 4 games now at 33 years.
Very important.
He's not important, my brother. He's not. Most of us we look at his impact with the ball. What about his impact without the ball? FC 20 was slicing through that midfield like a hot knife inside butter. He was nowhere to be found without the ball. You can't win the top prize playing that way. You can't. And if you know you need a profile of Eriksen, why didn't you buy it? So we have to go back to Eriksen that last season he was a bit part player. Now they've gone back to him to be the savior.
And Eriksen is not actually young. He's not particularly young. So his work off the ball might not be excellent because
might not be excellent. It is very poor. Very, very poor.
It's
very, very, very poor.
With the defibrillator.
Yes, now they just want to bury that guy on the pitch. Yes. So the squad planning is wrong. Then Ten Hag in-game management is also poor. His in-game management, he quickly goes into panic mode. And I think before the game, he's always having the players he will bring in and the players he will substitute without really
regardless of what is happening on the pitch.
It's happening. Yes. As in, I don't understand that man. He was better than this. We can all agree on that. He was so better than this. I don't know if there is one spirit in Man United that is making
the lot that is going on behind the scene that is affecting certain things on the pitch. Is it
like
possible?
Like what?
I don't know. Management issues. I don't know.
They've supported him. They brought 2 first-team coaches for him. 2 first-team coaches.
Mr. Roy.
And Ake.
So
They've given him the
what do you
players
think is the way
he
forward for
wants.
this team? What do you think is
To
the way
me,
forward for this right now?
the way forward is just to let go of Ten Hag.
And get who?
I said it on my Twitter page yesterday. I said if I were to be in charge of Manchester United, I would go for a German coach, not even a Spanish coach, a German coach.
A German
Because that
coach.
is
Do you have anybody in mind?
yeah, two guys,
Okay.
Nagelsmann
Okay.
and Sebastian Hoeneß, the current coach of Stuttgart.
Those are not bad choices or options, honestly. But then we are only fans or we are only analysts. We can only say, we can only speculate from here. Does the management of that see it that way? Do they think there's a need for a change in management? Anyway, that
I think
we'll see how that.
I think sorry. I think they felt the same way because after the end of last season, they were searching for new manager. It took them like a month or 2 months to settle for Ten Hag. So they knew something is wrong. They knew something is wrong.
Why did they change their mind?
Because probably one of the saving grace, not even one, his saving grace was winning that FA Cup.
True. Because at the end of the day, trophy is a trophy.
And that is one of the reasons that pissed me off about him. Your team is playing badly. They will ask you why you're playing badly. You will keep reminding them, I have won the most trophy.
Oh, okay. So I think we are struggling with the network again. I don't have YK. I don't know. I don't have YK. He was making a lot of points. I don't have YK. Oh, okay.
This network is pretty good.
Welcome back. This network seems to be we are not only battling a bad economy, we are battling bad network as well. Okay. Welcome back. Let's move forward before we go on a break. And the final game we'll be talking about is the game between Liverpool and West Ham. That's a Carabao Cup game, EFL game, where I think at some point last season Liverpool met West Ham United as well, and I think the game turned out exactly the same result as we've had just yesterday, a 5-1 win for Liverpool. YK, as far as I'm concerned, even as a Liverpool fan, I think this team, despite the fact that, when the season started and we were talking about what can happen with this Liverpool team, I said it that the team needs players in certain areas, but with what Liverpool has on ground, they can still compete. But the question is going to be, can they go all the way? Which is something that we all would not agree on as at the beginning of this season. And right now, it seems that the team is getting some kind of momentum, except for the very very crazy game they had against Nottingham Forest, which ended in a loss for Liverpool. I think so far Liverpool has scored 2 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals, lost one, and then they scored 5 goals. Now, I think the team is getting momentum, but we some people will still argue that this team, despite the fact that they are gaining momentum, they are winning, that this team still needs they still need reinforcement. Do you think that with the emergence of Gravenberch, although he did not play against West Ham, do you think with the emergence of Gravenberch and with the momentum he's gaining as a player himself, do you think that this team actually still needs to go into the market and get a proper number 4 or number 6, as we call it? And what do you think this game against West Ham? Do you think this is a continuation of what has been happening from the beginning of the season, or is it one-off, or what do you think would happen with this team moving forward into the season?
You see, Ancelotti has really he came like a clown, and the clown is now acting like the boss. People underestimated him. We see this guy that look like big Ten Hag, and honestly, I followed his Feyenoord team, and though there are differences between the pattern he played with Feyenoord and the one is is playing with Liverpool, and I think that is because of player profile, though. But Brian Gravenberch has really proved himself to be a competent DM, even though he's not a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
But he has filled the gap, and is connecting the Liverpool team together. But the issue is Liverpool is not competing with West Ham. They are not competing with Nottingham Forest. They are competing with Maniac. They are competing with a sociopath. And they are competing with cheats. So you have to go beyond the ordinary to rescue something away from Pep. The season is just getting started, but during the busy end of the season, what will happen to Liverpool? Do they have enough? Do they have enough players in that midfield area? The attack is well stacked. The attack is well stacked.
As well. The defense has almost 2 players in every position.
Yes, but that midfield,
goalkeeping department is actually doing well.
But that midfield, I am particular about that midfield, and we all know the importance of a reliable DM.
Yeah.
If per adventure Gravenberch got injured, what will happen?
Which he has a knack for getting injured.
So
last season he got injured.
So they will have to convert McAllister
to a DM now.
And you know, it's a problem because it doesn't really have the legs.
Same as what I
So I think Slot has shown Liverpool that he's a coach they need to back, especially during the January transfer window. I know they went for Zubimendi, but it be like they know they make am for that one. You know, really dey serious. Seriously. I don't understand how you giving your words to Liverpool that you will join them. Then the club president came, blackmail you, use one. I don't even know. I don't even know. And suddenly you change your decision and get stuck in real, and they've been performing badly.
Woefully.
And I am very happy for that. I'm very happy for that. Yes, now you don't have to hold players that want to be.
Maybe like a week ago, there was this article on all tablets that Zubimendi is regretting his decision to stay at Sociedad. As regretting his decision.
What now happened is Rodri is injured now. I know we are still coming to that. You will see that Manchester City will go for Zubimendi in January.
Yeah, but regardless, I want us to go on a break now. And when we come back, we'll be talking about the 3 other talking points. They are going to be very brief because of our time, but please stay with us. We'll be back.
Jonas Concept. At Jonas Concept, we are expert in installation of steelwork, carport, car cover, collapsible, automated shutter, panel mesh, handrail, and flower pot spraying. You can contact us on this following number: 090-5734-9791, or follow us on YouTube or subscribe to our YouTube at Jonas Concept. Jonas Concept, expert in installation of steelwork.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from that short break. Before we went on the break, we were talking about the games that were played on Wednesday, and moving forward, we'll be talking about the emergence of how Vincent Kompany has been faring as the coach of Bayern Munich, and we'll be talking about the long-term injury that Rodri is undergoing, or Rodri suffered for Manchester City. As for Vincent Kompany in his stay in the Premier League, he played 38 games, he won 5, he drew 9, and he had 24 losses. That's a failure. If you ask me, that's a failure. If you have to grade that, that's a very big failure. Now, a lot of people see beyond the ordinary. A lot of people will see beyond what we fans would see, and that's why a decision was made at Bayern Munich to bring Rodri to bring Kompany, who had only 5 wins in his stay in the Premier League, to come and be the manager of the biggest team in the German Bundesliga. And so far this season, he had played 5 games and he had 5 wins. In the Champions League, he played 1 game and he had the biggest win. That's 9-2, or what was that result again?
9-2.
They won 9-2. Right now, they are leading the log in the Champions League. They won 9-2. They've been winning with an average of 3 goals per game in the German Bundesliga. At the beginning of this season, before the season started, actually, we had a discussion about Vincent Kompany, if it was a good decision for Bayern Munich to bring on Vincent Kompany as their new manager. We had a split decision, a splitted opinion that maybe he's not matured enough to handle a team like Bayern Munich, or maybe it's actually his time. He's a young coach, and I personally was happy that we have young coaches who are taking up the reins of big teams, just like we have this 32-year or 31-year-old coach in the Premier League. We have Vincent Kompany. Yes, we have Vincent Kompany in the German Bundesliga. Now, YK, so far so good for Vincent Kompany and Bayern Munich. They've had 5 games and 5 wins, 5 straight wins. What do you think is the reason for this result, this wonderful result? What do you think Vincent Company has brought into that team to make them, to rejuvenize them and make them what they are, or what they are showing the potential of being so far this season? Okay, we lost in a little. I don't know. You might be hearing me and I'm not hearing it. But we are talking about Vincent Company and his Bayern Munich team. Vincent Company so far, like I said earlier, has won 5 games in charge of Bayern Munich. And we also should not forget that there was this video that was making rounds of Vincent Company really berating a Bayern Munich player. He was really berating a Bayern Munich player. I think it's Kimmich or somebody, that he was really berating that person. And some people were of the opinion that one day these Bayern Munich players will just gather and beat this Vincent Company. He thinks it's because he said he's big and he can start talking to players anyhow. But YK, welcome back.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, what do you think has been the winning formula so far for a coach that won only 5 games in his 38 games in the Premier League to have won 5 games in his 5 games in the Bundesliga? What do you think Vincent Company was, or what do you think has changed for Vincent Company, and what do you think is bringing to this team that is making them churn out results the way they are right now?
Hypothetically, I know Bayern Munich doesn't need to do much to win Bundesliga off Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen just had a one-off season.
The next Star City moment.
Where everything clicked for them, and where Thomas Tuchel decided to be unfortunate and unuseful. So I will not want to judge Company on his record in EPL, because listing the quality of teams in the EPL, Burnley will not be 1 to 15.
True.
But despite the fact that they don't really have good quality, you can see the structure, the system he introduced. Not the Burnley we used to do under Sean Dyche. He came with a new system, and you could see that the players, they understood the system, but lack of quality at the back. But me, I have a different opinion to start with Bayern Munich. Despite the fact that they've been winning big, I studied some of their games, especially those ones where they scored more goals. The 6-0, the 5-0, the 9-2. I discovered that they were conceding too many chances to the opponents, despite the fact that they are winning big. They consider too many chances. The scoreline will show that they dominated, but no, they did not. So, although I know the Bundesliga, they will have little or no problem, but the bigger occasion is the Champions League, where he needs to buckle up on the amount of chances they are conceding.
You cannot win 2 all day.
You can't meet a team like Man City, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and concede those chances. You will be a gunner. So far so good. So far so good. He is adapting well with the team. and the players they signed during the summer, although Paella has not really played too much like that because of this young guy Pavlovic, and then Michael Olise has been a revelation in Germany, and then Kane is Kane.
Kane is Kane.
Kane is Kane. No matter the way Southgate wanted us to see him during the Euro, it showed that you feed Kane, Kane will feed you points. Kane will feed you points. So they started well, and I hope they can continue, but they still have so many things to improve if they really want to go far in the biggest competition in club football.
All right, I think I want to give this take home that sometimes some people just need that extra push. They just need quite a bigger platform to be able to really show their potential. I think that is happening with company right now, and it's happening with Olise as well in the same Bayern Munich team. So that's a good thing to know. I wish him all the best. Just like I wished him before the season started, I wished him all the best, and I'm wishing him all the best now. I hope that this continues, except of course against Liverpool. So
I can't say the same.
All right. Finally, before we end the program today, I want us to briefly talk about the injury of Rodri. The 130. I just learned the charges are 130 now. The injury of Rodri, 130 charges against Manchester City, and what the season holds for them. Now, YK, we will both agree that Rodri is a very important player, regardless of their 130 charges. A very important, very, very important player, both for Spain and for Manchester City. And right now, he has been injured out of the season straight. He's going to be out for like 7 to 8 months. And like you said earlier, Manchester City, like we know them, they are probably going to get into the market by January and get another world class, another big money player to replace him, right? Which means when he comes back, there will be, but whatever. The point remains that Rodri is a very important player. Before January comes and they are able to get a reinforcement, what do you think this is going to mean, or this is going to translate to for this Manchester City team? And don't forget that they have a 130 charges that is nearing hearing, or they've started hearing it and we are waiting for results for their verdict right now. What do you think this injury is going to mean for Manchester City and their season?
Like I called them the other time, they are APC UK branch. Because I don't understand how a team will have 130 charges. It is absurd. And I know if they really look inward, those charges will be more than 130. And so let's go back to Rodri. Irrespective of the atrocities the club has committed, Rodri has shown over time that he is, if not the best DM in the world, he is one of the best. He's top 3. And his absence will be a blow to Manchester City title charge, especially with the emergence of stubborn Arsenal. And I was reading some statistics that Manchester City, with or without Rodri, they've won 76% of their games with Rodri, and they've won only 64% without Rodri.
And so that showed very important.
Yes, and I think that is a conundrum that Guardiola has not really gotten. He doesn't really know how to play without Rodri. and it is because of the drop in quality between Rodri and his replacement. And I think everything Manchester City does on the field passes through Rodri.
He's the anchor man.